All right, we're jumping in here. I don't have the exact time, unfortunately, but we are, oh, we got a minute right there. So we're at a minute. It is Eckerton 246, BC in the high odds. So we have BC leading a pair here, and Eckert leading a pair here, and BC leading a pair here. Light wind, so leading is probably better, though this is a unique situation here because it looks like we're pretty close to being beyond the ley line. Yep, we are. That boat's bailing out, so we can probably change things around a little bit here. All right, we're getting to about 20 seconds. Looks like we're too far back here, so these two boats need to be racing. So 4 here is Jason. We are in race mode now. We're going to be late. Less than 5 seconds, or about 5 seconds. There's go. Ooh, rough start here. 13, I should say, has lots of speed, crosses the fleet. Though we're a little late here at the boat, but with some speed, maybe we can get a hold of that boat. I'm not sure, but definitely bow back on these boats, definitely bow back on this boat, and this boat clearly lost his pair, so not a stellar start. I think we let the light wind get the best of us there. All right, we have speed here in clear air, so maybe we can make something of this. So 6 is peeling off because they're gonna get pinched off by this boat. But now what happens is 13 is sort of ready for us. So now our most dangerous boat here is threatened. Oh, he throws a dummy tack. I'm not a big fan, but they took the bait, so we'll take it. All right, so we're doing the right thing here. We got a boat going right, we got a boat going left, and we got a boat doing its best to keep the clear lane. If Jason tacks here, it's gonna be hard to keep his lane because these boats are gonna be able to get a piece of him. So as bad as that start was, I think we're doing the right thing now. Zoom out and see Andrew's angle. So in theory, right, one of these boats is going to cross. We're going to get this boat to cross from the left or this boat to cross from the right. At the moment, the left looks a little better. We look like we're down speed over here, but we're pointing high over here. So this could develop. Ooh, big tack. Oh yeah, clearly crossing. Okay, so we have sailed out of the mess we were in. So let's try and figure out our play here. We're clearly the 6. Okay, this is not ideal. I don't know if we have the 1, and we're going to find that out soon. But my guess is that we're going to be going for a play over here first, and then if that doesn't work out, we'll worry about these 2 boats, because it's going to be much messier to attack these 2 boats than the other option. So a little patience here might be the right thing. Looks like BC is already committed to keeping the ace. We've got 2 boats covering our 6. So there's not a lot. When I say 6, I mean the last place boat, not boat number 6. So it looks like they're already in play 4. I think that means it's going to be a pretty messy race here. Going for play 4 in the first beat, they're not really going for it. It happened naturally for them, so I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But going for the play 4 in the first beat makes the race really long and messy. So if we can manage to get the 1 here, I think it's okay to sail it out a little bit and try and get the 1. Normally I'm not a fan of chasing a play, but I think it's okay here. But we got to be ready to change gears really quickly. All right, things are changing again. It now looks like 6 may not have these boats. If 6 does not have these boats, we're going to be hurting because 13 will have solid control of 2, and we will then be the 5-6. So it's going to be close. It's not looking very good. All right, we're getting a duck. That's okay. Normally a duck is bad, but on the ley line here, the duck is okay. Because 17 is not going to be able to get in there. 6 has got to keep on that ley line. Oh. But 15 is going to get across, and they're going to be play 1 here, which is obviously not ideal. All right, so the other team's play 1. The only silver lining we have is that 4 is now back into this race. but we're going to be 3-5-6 or 3-4-6, so we are definitely chasing and going for a high-low here. All right, they have the 1-2 pretty solidly. It's a good chance for us to try and break up the high-low. Remember, what we're trying to do here is...
Hey, Kevin, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Would you mind making up, maybe like a little mini rotation for us here? Or are we just going to always race these odd boats the whole time?
I don't think you're going to race those odd boats every time. You can check with Greg, but I think he wants us to race these odd boats and then the other odd boats.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we'll do that, because otherwise I'm going to get a little stale.
Yeah, we're definitely not just racing one team, but at the same time, I don't know if he wants us to do every team. We're getting beat pretty bad on this one, though.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad start all around.
Yeah, I have evidence of that. All right, so going back to some high-low commentary here, all the boats are reaching, right? No one's going to a wing. That makes the high-low really tough because everyone's sailing a high angle anyway, and you're not able. This boat here, the boat that's in theory going low, is not really able to.
So there's going to have to be, I guess, maybe two even teams battling each other at some point, right? Because there's just three of them out here.
Yeah, and I think that might be Greg's call because I don't know the strengths of his teams. I mean, he might want us to sail the blue team some too, but he deliberately had us in blue and those two teal teams in those boats so that we could scrimmage them. So I don't think he has a lot of intention for us to race the blue teams. Sorry, back to the high-low again. So the high-low is hard to make work. However,
but he probably wouldn't mind if both of his blue teams race each other.
I think that's correct, yes. We might have a piece of something here. Sorry, I'm a little distracted there, but getting back to it, we got a starboard boat here. We're going to have to jibe. But now it's a little bit interesting, right? Ooh, I don't know if we just fouled there. No, we didn't foul because they're bailing. But we're in this mix. And we're also threatening to not have, not be in sixth here, though I don't think we're going to be able to get around that boat. That's asking a lot. A good jibe will do it, though. All right, so we see the teal team here is defending, boat 15 is defending boat 13. And by doing that, it makes it really hard for 2 to get into this race. Oh, yikes. I don't really know why we turned that aggressively. That really slows us down. 13 should not have room here, though. Yeah, this is going to be interesting mark rounding. I don't know what the call is going down on the water, but yep, no, 13 is going inside, so they must have agreed that 13 had room. From the camera angle, I'm not sure that that's actually the case. But anyway, it's sort of a recap, right? On the reaching angles, it's really hard to make the high-low work. This play 1, though, is still 13 and 15. The gap is not very big, but it's still consistent, right?
Perfect.
All right, normally I would sign off on this race, but I want this footage for our training purposes, so this is pretty slow going, but we're gonna keep getting the video. A 1-2-4 though is a pretty solid lead for that team. Doesn't seem like our speed was bad though. Caught a bad shift on the first beat that sort of gave them that play 1. Boat 2 probably should have thought about the fact that they were pinned a little earlier because that gave them the play 1. Right? They were already executing the play. If we think back to that first beat, they were executing the play before we realized it. It's a sticky situation because I don't think it was the wrong thing to do to let it play out a little bit, because if we would have been able to get a piece of the 1, we would have had a very different race. But we weren't ready for the defense after it happened. All right, this is going to be pretty stale at this point, so we're going to sign off.